My mother left me $10 million. But there was one condition. I had to cut off my brother. Forever. No contact. No phone calls. No visits. No relationship. If I ever spoke to him again, I would lose every single penny. The money was sitting in a trust fund, waiting for me to sign the papers. All I had to do was walk away from my only sibling. My mother had been planning this for years. She had been watching us. She had been documenting everything. She had been building a case against my own brother. And when she died, she left behind a letter that would destroy our family forever. This is not a story about money. This is a story about what happens when a mother's love turns into a weapon. This is a story about secrets that should have stayed buried. And this is what happened when I finally read that letter. My name is Elena Vasquez. I am 34 years old. I am a lawyer. I work at a corporate firm in New York City. I make good money. I have a nice apartment. I have a boyfriend who loves me. I have everything I ever wanted. But I didn't always have everything. I grew up poor. Not just poor, destitute. We lived in a one-bedroom apartment in a bad neighborhood. My mother worked 3 jobs to keep us fed. My father left when I was 6. He didn't say goodbye. He just walked out the door and never came back. My mother was a saint. She was the strongest woman I have ever known. She never complained. She never asked for help. She just worked. She worked until her hands were raw. She worked until her back gave out. She worked until she couldn't stand anymore. And my brother? My brother was the problem. His name was Miguel. He was 2 years older than me. He was handsome. He was charming. He was brilliant. And he was a disaster. Miguel had been in trouble his whole life. He started stealing when he was 12. He started drinking when he was 14. He started doing drugs when he was 16. He dropped out of high school. He couldn't hold a job. He couldn't keep a girlfriend. He couldn't stay out of jail. My mother spent her whole life trying to save him. She bailed him out of jail 7 times. She paid for rehab 3 times. She gave him money, over and over again, even when she had nothing to give. She forgave him every single time, even when he stole from her. And I watched it all happen. I watched her pour everything she had into him. I watched her sacrifice herself for him. I watched her die inside every time he let her down. And I resented him for it. My mother died 3 years ago. She had been sick for a long time. Cancer. It spread slowly, quietly, the way cancer does. She didn't tell us how bad it was. She didn't want us to worry. She didn't want us to fight. When she died, she left a will. We were both named in it. There were some sentimental items, jewelry, photos, a few pieces of furniture. Nothing of monetary value. She had nothing to leave us. She had spent everything on Miguel. Or so we thought. 6 months after she died, I got a letter from her lawyer. The letter said I had been named as the sole beneficiary of a trust fund. The trust fund was worth $10 million. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a mistake. My mother didn't have $10 million. She didn't have $10,000. She had nothing. How could she leave me $10 million? I called the lawyer. I demanded an explanation. And then I learned the truth. My mother had been hiding money for years. She had been saving. She had been investing. She had been building a fortune, quietly, without telling anyone. She had been planning this for decades. But there was a catch. A condition. A condition that made me sick to my stomach. The lawyer sent me the documents. The trust fund was set up with one condition. The condition was in my mother's handwriting. She had written it herself, in a letter that was sealed and notarized. The letter said, "To my beloved daughter, Elena, I have loved you since the day you were born. I have watched you grow into a strong, independent woman. I have watched you work hard. I have watched you succeed. I am so proud of you. To my son, Miguel, I have loved you too. But love is not enough. I have watched you destroy yourself. I have watched you destroy everyone around you. I have given you everything. And you have taken everything. I cannot leave you money, Miguel. You would spend it in a year. You would drink it. You would drug it. You would gamble it. You would give it to the wrong people. You would destroy yourself faster. Elena, I am leaving you this money. You have earned it. You deserve it. But there is one condition. You must cut off your brother. You must have no contact with him. No phone calls. No visits. No emails. No relationship. If you ever speak to him again, you lose everything. The money will go to charity. I am doing this to protect you, Elena. I am doing this because I love you. I am doing this because Miguel will destroy you too. He will ask for money. He will manipulate you. He will guilt you. He will drain you until you have nothing left. You must choose. Choose your future or choose your brother. Choose peace or choose chaos. Choose yourself or choose destruction. I am sorry, Elena. But this is the only way. I read the letter 10 times. I didn't know what to feel. Anger? Sadness? Grief? My mother had been planning this for years. She had been saving money for years. She had been lying to us for years. She had been building a fortune while Miguel was in prison, while I was drowning in student loans, while she was working herself to death. And she had made me choose. She had made me choose between $10 million and my brother. She had made me choose between financial freedom and family loyalty. She had made me choose between my future and my past. I didn't know what to do. I told myself the money didn't matter. I told myself that family was more important. I told myself that I would never cut off my brother. But the money did matter. The money mattered a lot. I was drowning in debt. I had student loans. I had credit card debt. I had a mortgage. I had a life that was expensive and impossible to sustain. I was working 60-hour weeks and barely getting by. $10 million would change everything. $10 million would clear my debt. $10 million would buy me a house. $10 million would give me freedom. But $10 million would cost me my brother. I didn't sign the papers for a year. I told myself I was going to figure it out. I told myself I would find a way to keep the money and my brother. I told myself I would convince my mother's lawyers to change the terms. They wouldn't change the terms. The trust fund was ironclad. My mother had written the contract. She had specified the exact terms. She had made it impossible to challenge. If I wanted the money, I had to cut off my brother. I didn't talk to Miguel for a year. I told myself it was temporary. I told myself I just needed time to think. I told myself I would call him when I figured things out. But I never called him. I was scared. I was scared of what he would say. I was scared of what he would ask. I was scared he would guilt me. I was scared he would manipulate me. I was scared he would destroy everything I had built. And I was scared I would lose the money. 1 year after my mother died, I got a phone call. It was from a hospital. They told me Miguel had been in an accident. A car accident. He had been driving drunk. He had hit a tree. He was in critical condition. I dropped everything and flew to him. I didn't think about the money. I didn't think about the condition. I didn't think about anything except my brother. I walked into the hospital room. He was connected to machines. Tubes were everywhere. Monitors were beeping. His face was swollen and bruised. He looked like a stranger. I sat beside him and held his hand. He opened his eyes. He looked at me and he smiled. Elena, he said. You came. Of course I came, I said. You're my brother. He shook his head. I didn't think you would. Why wouldn't I come? I asked. He was quiet for a long time. Then he said, because Mom told me. Told you what? I asked. About the money, he said. About the condition. About everything. I felt like the floor had fallen out from under me. How did you know? I asked. She told me before she died, he said. She told me she was leaving you everything. She told me she was making you cut me off. She told me she was trying to protect you. From what? I asked. From me, he said. He told me everything. My mother had come to him before she died. She had told him about the trust fund. She had told him about the condition. She had told him that she was cutting him off forever. And she had told him why. She had been trying to protect me. From him. She had seen him destroy himself. She had seen him destroy everyone around him. She had seen him steal from me. She had seen him lie to me. She had seen him manipulate me. She had seen him hurt me. And she knew it would get worse. She knew I would never cut him off on my own. She knew I would never say no to him. She knew I would always be there for him, even when he didn't deserve it. So she made the choice for me. She made me choose between my future and my brother. Miguel handed me a letter. My mother had written it to him. She had given it to him before she died. He had been holding on to it for 2 years. I opened it and read it. To my beloved son, Miguel, I have loved you since the day you were born. I have watched you struggle. I have watched you fail. I have watched you fall. And I have always been there to pick you up. But I cannot do that anymore. I am dying. And I am terrified. I am terrified of what will happen to you after I'm gone. I am terrified of what will happen to Elena. You know what I am about to do. I am leaving Elena everything. I am making her cut you off. I am doing this because I love you. I am doing this because I love her. I am doing this because I cannot bear to see you destroy each other. Miguel, you are not a bad person. You are a lost person. You have been lost for a long time. I have been trying to find you for 40 years. And I have failed. But Elena can still be saved. Elena can still have a future. Elena can still have a life. And she cannot have that life if you are in it. I am sorry, Miguel. I am so sorry. But this is the only way. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate your sister. Please try to understand. I am doing this because I love you both. I will see you on the other side. Your mother, forever. I cried. I cried for my mother. I cried for my brother. I cried for myself. I cried for everything that had been lost. Miguel was quiet. He didn't cry. He didn't speak. He just lay there, looking at the ceiling. Then he said, she was right. Right about what? I asked. About everything, he said. I am lost. I have been lost for a long time. I don't know how to be anything else. I don't know how to be a good person. I don't know how to be a good brother. But I want to try. Miguel recovered from the accident. He went to rehab. Again. For the 4th time. But this time was different. This time he was serious. This time he was committed. This time he actually wanted to change. He went to therapy. He went to AA meetings. He went to group therapy. He went to individual therapy. He went to everything. And he started getting better. He started working. He got a job at a grocery store. He got a small apartment. He started paying his bills. He started taking responsibility for his life. He started becoming the person my mother always wanted him to be. And I started thinking about the money. I had a choice. I could sign the papers and take the $10 million. I could cut off my brother. I could build a new life for myself. I could be free. Or I could walk away from the money. I could keep my brother. I could have a relationship with him. I could watch him get better. I could be part of his journey. I could be part of his life. I could choose him. Everyone told me to take the money. My boyfriend told me to take the money. My friends told me to take the money. My colleagues told me to take the money. Even my therapist told me to take the money. $10 million was life-changing money. It was once-in-a-lifetime money. It was the kind of money that could change everything. And Miguel would understand. He would have to understand. He knew what he had done. He knew what he had put everyone through. He would understand. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't cut off my brother. I couldn't walk away from him. I couldn't abandon him like my father abandoned us. I couldn't become the person my mother had tried to force me to become. So I made a choice. I went to the lawyer's office. I sat in the chair across from his desk. He had the papers ready. He had a pen ready. He had everything ready. I didn't sign anything. I can't do it, I said. He looked at me. You're sure? He asked. I'm sure, I said. But this is $10 million, he said. This is the kind of money that changes lives. This is the kind of money that sets you up forever. I know, I said. And I'm walking away from it. Why? He asked. Because he's my brother, I said. Because he's the only family I have left. Because my mother's plan was wrong. She was trying to protect me. I get that. But she was wrong. She was wrong to make me choose. She was wrong to try to control me from beyond the grave. She was wrong to try to destroy my relationship with my brother. The lawyer looked at me for a long time. Then he put the papers back in the folder. She knew you would do this, he said. What? I asked. She knew you would choose him, he said. She told me you would. I didn't understand. She told me, the lawyer said. She told me that you would probably walk away from the money. She told me that you would choose your brother. She told me that you would be the one who would break the cycle. She never told me, I said. She didn't want you to know, he said. She wanted you to make the choice for yourself. She wanted you to prove her wrong. She wanted you to show her that there was another way. But she made me choose, I said. She forced me to choose. No, the lawyer said. She didn't force you to choose. She gave you a choice. And you made it. You chose love over money. You chose family over freedom. You chose your brother over yourself. She knew I would do this? I asked. She knew, he said. She knew you better than you knew yourself. The lawyer handed me another letter. This one was sealed. It had my name on it. My mother had written it to me. To my beloved daughter, Elena, if you are reading this, it means you walked away from the money. It means you chose your brother. It means you are the one who broke the cycle. I am so proud of you. I wrote that condition because I wanted to test you. I wanted to see if you would choose money over family. I wanted to see if you would choose your future over your brother. I wanted to see if you would become like me. And you didn't. Elena, I love you. I have always loved you. I have always been proud of you. I have always known you would do the right thing. And you did. The money is still yours. I made sure of that. I put a second provision in the trust. If you walked away from the first condition, the money would still be yours. You would just have to wait. You waited. And now it's yours. $10 million. Free and clear. No conditions. No strings. No manipulation. Use it wisely. Use it to build a better life. Use it to help your brother. Use it to break the cycle. I love you, Elena. I have always loved you. And I will always be proud of you. Your mother, forever. I sat in the lawyer's office and cried. I cried for my mother. I cried for my brother. I cried for myself. I had been manipulated. I had been tested. I had been pushed to my breaking point. And I had passed the test. I took the money. I used it to pay off my debts. I used it to buy a house. I used it to start a foundation. I used it to help other people who were in the same situation. And I used it to help my brother. Miguel is doing better now. He has been sober for 3 years. He has a stable job. He has a girlfriend. He has a life. He is not perfect. He still struggles. He still has bad days. He still has moments when he wants to give up. But he doesn't give up. And I don't give up on him. We are a family. We have always been a family. We will always be a family. And no amount of money will ever change that. My mother is gone. She died 3 years ago. She died thinking she was protecting me. She died thinking she was saving me. She died thinking she was doing the right thing. She was wrong. But she was also right. She was right that I needed to be strong. She was right that I needed to be independent. She was right that I needed to break the cycle. But she was wrong to try to do it for me. She was wrong to try to control me. She was wrong to try to manipulate me. She was wrong to try to make me choose. I have made my peace with my mother. I have forgiven her. I understand why she did what she did. I understand she was trying to protect me. But I don't agree with her methods. She was wrong. She was so wrong. And I have learned from her. I have learned that you can't control the people you love. You can't force them to do the right thing. You can't make them choose the path you want them to choose. You can only love them. You can only support them. You can only be there for them. And you can only hope they will find their own way. Have you ever been forced to choose between family and money? Have you ever been manipulated by someone you love? Have you ever had to make an impossible choice? Tell us your story in the comments. We read every single one. And if you want more stories like this, stories about family, about betrayal, about love, about forgiveness, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. And we'll see you in the next one.